Before Rome, before Greece, even before Egypt's pyramids reached their final heights, there existed powerful kingdoms in what we now call Syria. Their names have been lost to most of history, buried beneath the sands for thousands of years. Yet these forgotten empires, Ebla and Mari, were once the shining jewels of civilization, home to innovations that would shape human history forever. Welcome to Echoes of the East. I'm your guide to the shadows of forgotten history. Today, we uncover the extraordinary story of Syria's first great powers, kingdoms so advanced, so sophisticated, that when archaeologists finally discovered their remains in the 20th century, they were forced to rewrite the entire history of civilization. The discovery that shocked archaeology. In 1964, Italian archaeologists began excavating a large mound in northern Syria called Tel Marduk. What they found would stun the world. Beneath layers of earth lay the remains of Ebla, a kingdom that flourished 4,500 years ago. But the true revelation came in 1975, when they uncovered the royal archives, over 17,000 clay tablets written in a previously unknown language. These weren't just any administrative records. They were diplomatic correspondence, economic transactions, and literary works that revealed a sophisticated civilization that had been completely unknown to modern historians. Just a few hundred miles away, another ancient Syrian city was revealing its secrets. Mari, excavated earlier in the 20th century, produced its own archive of 25,000 tablets, painting a picture of a wealthy trading hub on the Euphrates River that flourished around the same time. Ebla, the first Syrian empire. Ebla emerged around 3000 BCE, but reached its golden age between 2500 to 2250 BCE. At its height, it controlled an empire stretching across northern Syria, with a population of 250,000 people. What made Ebla extraordinary wasn't just its size, but its sophistication. The tablets reveal a complex bureaucracy, international diplomacy, and economic systems that rival those of ancient Egypt and Mesopotamia. Ebla scribes recorded everything from royal marriages to the precise amount of wool allocated to each worker. The palace complex at Ebla covered over 8 acres and featured innovative architectural elements, including column halls and administrative wings. The royal quarters were adorned with cedar from Lebanon, gold from Egypt, and lapis lazuli from Afghanistan, evidence of Ebla's extensive trade networks. Perhaps most remarkably, Ebla's tablets contain the oldest known diplomatic treaties in history, showing how the Syrian kingdom negotiated with other powers of the ancient world. They also include the first known bilingual dictionary, translating Sumerian words into local Eblite language, a scholarly achievement that wouldn't be matched for thousands of years. Mari, the merchant kingdom. While Ebla dominated northern Syria, Mari controlled the middle Euphrates region from around 2900 BCE. Its strategic location made it the perfect intermediary between Mesopotamia and the Mediterranean, allowing it to grow wealthy from trade. Mari's palace was even more impressive than Ebla's, covering 5 acres and containing nearly 300 rooms arranged around courtyards. Its walls were adorned with vivid murals depicting scenes of sacrifice, warfare, and daily life. The throne room featured a raised dais where the king would receive foreign dignitaries, surrounded by elaborate paintings designed to showcase Mari's power and wealth. The Mari archives reveal a kingdom obsessed with intelligence gathering. The kings maintained an extensive network of spies and informants throughout the Near East, sending regular reports about political developments, military movements, and economic conditions. These ancient intelligence briefings give us an unprecedented window into the geopolitics of the time. Religion and culture. Both Ebla and Mari worshipped a pantheon of gods similar to those in Mesopotamia, but with local variations. The chief deity at Ebla was Dagon, god of fertility, while Mari particularly venerated the storm god Adad. Religious rituals were central to life in both kingdoms. The tablets describe elaborate ceremonies where the king would make offerings to ensure divine favor. Music played an important role in these rituals. Archaeologists have discovered the world's oldest known musical notation at Mari, along with instruments including lyres and drums. Women in these early Syrian kingdoms enjoyed relatively high status compared to later periods. The Ebla tablets mention several prominent women, including Queen Dusegu, who appears to have wielded significant political influence. At Mari, Priestesses held important religious positions, and some women owned property and conducted business independently. The fall of the first empires. Around 2250 BCE, disaster struck Ebla. The great Akkadian king Sargon, or possibly his grandson Naram-Sin, attacked the city, burning the palace and destroying much of the settlement. The fire that devastated Ebla ironically preserved its clay tablets by baking them hard, ensuring they would survive for archaeologists to discover millennia later. Mari initially survived the Akkadian conquest, but faced its own destruction in 1759 BCE when Hammurabi of Babylon, the famous lawgiver, turned against his former ally and razed the city. Hammurabi boasted that he destroyed the walls of Mari and reduced the city to ruins and heaps of rubble. Legacy. Though these first Syrian empires fell, their influence continued. Many of the administrative systems they pioneered were adopted by later powers. Their religious concepts influenced the development of later faiths in the region, and their architectural innovations can be seen in buildings constructed thousands of years later. Most importantly, Ebla and Mari show us that Syria wasn't merely a battleground for foreign empires, as it's often portrayed in history books. It was a center of civilization in its own right, home to sophisticated kingdoms that helped shape the course of human development. Closing thoughts. The story of Ebla and Mari reminds us that history is full of forgotten chapters. For thousands of years, these mighty kingdoms were completely unknown, their achievements buried beneath the Syrian soil. How many other great civilizations remain undiscovered? How many innovations and ideas have we lost to time? As modern conflicts continue to threaten the archaeological sites of Syria, we face the sobering possibility that some historical treasures may be lost forever before we can uncover their secrets. Each ancient tablet, each palace wall, each buried artifact holds a piece of our shared human story. The forgotten kingdoms of ancient Syria speak to us across the millennia, reminding us that great civilizations have risen and fallen in this land since the very dawn of history. Their echoes continue to resonate, if only we take the time to listen. If you've enjoyed this journey into Syria's ancient past, be sure to subscribe to Echoes of the East for more explorations of forgotten history. Until next time, I'm your host, and this has been Echoes of the East.